we go to the Little Garden arc.
Yay!
I don't know. I think this is my least favorite arc.
You think so?
Yeah. And I mean, a lot happens, but
Yeah,
I know there's a big fight, but I kind of,
Yeah, we spent a little bit a long time on Whiskey Peak, and that was only like 10. This was actually pretty longer. It was about 2 volumes.
It is cool that Little Garden is like dinosaurs and big.
I think the idea of Little Garden is very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And there's two giants that are Dory and Brocky fighting. Is that how you pronounce it? The Giants.
Yes,
they're fighting for their villages.
The second ever non-human race in One Piece.
Giants,
other than the fishmen. Yeah, the Giants.
Yeah, really cool. They're nice. They kind of had like a bond where they're fighting each other, even though I have no idea what it is for anymore. It's just kind of funny, but they still keep the tradition when the volcano like erupts or booms or whatever, they fight, and they have this rivalry that's more than meets the eye. And eventually, I do like how before they depart, Sanji and like Zoro, like who can catch? They kind of have a competition, like who's gonna catch the biggest like bait for me to cook, or something. And they both go off and chase
which is interesting because that sidelines Sanji for the whole arc. Like he doesn't. He's basically not in this arc.
Like other than the last one, because he really wasn't in anything in the last arc. But in this, I feel like this one and moving on, maybe not the next arc either. But this is like one of the moments where he has a cool moment, which is really cool.
I think Oda kind of realized, and he had to rewrite him differently so that later on Sanji became, more interesting. But I think he realized Sanji's best moments are his like one-liners, has like those one scenes where he's like really, really cool and stuff like that. Of course, they make him goofier later on, but yeah.
They eventually run into Mr. 3. They hurt one of the giants, I believe, and then they purposely pit these two giants together so one could lose. Yeah. I don't know why. I forget why.
Well, I think they wanted one of the giants to join them, right? I think so.
Maybe, yeah. But eventually they're screwing it up. And then like the giant wins and he thinks he won fairly, even though I don't know, one of the Straw Hats in VV or one of the Straw Hats say that you can't fight, like you're hurt, like it's not fair. You've been fighting fairly, and you're like you're hurt. And he's like, I have to go. And like it's my honor. I have to do it. And then when Mr. 3 and Baroque's work, who followed them, reveal that like we hurt him, like you fought him unfairly, and he feels so betrayed, and he feels like so sorry. Yeah, which is pretty evil. Mr. 3 is pretty evil. He's a candle guy, right?
Yes, he's the guy who
wax or something.
Who has like the wax fruit or something. Yeah.
This is the only kind of things that kind of stood out from this fight is Zoro like chopping off almost his leg.
Half his leg off. Yeah.
Like, all right, I got it, guys.
I was like, no, stop! What are you doing? You idiot.
He's like, I was gonna do it. He's like,
and he was
really funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because like Nami was like, oh, I can't watch. As he was cutting off his leg. I mean, there's not like that's the big thing is that they get waxed and Luffy has to come and save. They get poinks, and Luffy comes to save them, and then Sanji has his little phone call, with
to take care of it or something like that. Yeah. It was he's on the phone with the crocodile, and he reveals himself as Mr. Prince or something like that.
Yeah, Mr. Prince, or something like that, which is very cool. A couple of things, just big things. Usopp is really he's really one of the big parts of this arc in his relationship with the giant, right? Because the giants are like, we want to become great warriors and stuff like that. And they talk about their home country of Elbaf and things like that. Yeah. And Usopp takes this, and with his friendship with the giants, they play just an absolute vital role in his goals to become a warrior himself. Like he's like, yeah, I want to become strong too, just like these guys, So that leads you in the last arc. You were kind of like, what's Usopp's goal? Like everybody. Well, has their goal,
I thought he was a great warrior or pirate. I didn't really remember what it was.
Yeah, but I think in here, Oda specifically states
he
wants to become a great warrior.
Okay,
yeah.
He's
great.
Yeah, which is cool. And eventually, the Giants help him. They defeat the Baroque's work. One of them gets away or something like that.
They defeat all of them. One of them gets away. The Unluckies, I think, are the ones who are defeated. Mr. 3, I think, gets targeted by Crocodile.
Because he failed or something?
Yeah, because he failed. Yeah. So he gets, sent out. And then at the end, Zoro and Sanji have their argument about collecting dinosaur meat and it doesn't like they argue and
Yeah.
argue and argue and argue forever and
Oh,
always.
yeah.
Before we head off into the next arc, Nami gets bitten by a bug that makes her sick.
Yeah, and the giants, the giant who was hurt ends up being okay.
Yeah,
and they're kind of friends.
That's
nice.
that. What do you think about that, Edgar? Is this?
I like the friendship between them, and
Well, I'm talking more about the One Piece. Nobody dies in One Piece.
So far, yeah. Well, yeah, but I thought by this point Igaram was dead, and I was like, this is getting serious. But eventually, he's not dead.
No, he's not.
So, but I didn't
it
hasn't hit me yet. It hasn't affected
about
me yet.
3 good death fake outs in this arc.
I will
in this
say
saga.
that it hasn't hit. It hasn't really, done anything. It hasn't like pissed me off or anything like that.
Good.
But I have noticed like, no one has died or no one important yet.
Yeah, I mean it is a story for kids, so I don't think many. I never read One Piece thinking many people were going to die, but I know that there was a big audience on the internet who think that those people should have died.
Yeah.
But also it doesn't always need to be about death and gore and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So people can live in stories like this.